What's going on, y'all? I'm about to show you how I grossed $11,150 with 4 non-CDL box trucks on Friday. We picked up these loads Wednesday and Thursday, and we dropped these loads off Thursday and Friday, and we got paid out the same day. Let me stop talking to show you that proof. Before I get to it, full disclaimer, it's not as easy as I make it look. This ain't no get-rich-quick scheme, but trucking did change my life. You can't get rich overnight, but trucking did change my life. All right, so I'm gonna get right to it, y'all. Truck one, we went from South Carolina to Florida. We got $18.50 for it. It was a full truckload, around like $2.50 a mile. It was like 700 miles, 600 to 700 miles, so around $2.50 a mile, which is beautiful. We did have to help unload. That's about it. We dropped off that load Friday morning, and we were paid out that load by Friday afternoon. We got a boat, B-O-L-T. When you get that from your factoring company, at least mine does it, OTR Capital. When you get a boat, that's how you get paid out same day. You just have to pay an extra $25 fee on whatever percentage they are charging you. So we got paid that $18.50 out on Friday. All right, now truck number two, my guy specifically wanted to get back home from the Midwest to the Northeast because he had a vacation planned. So I got him Wisconsin to New York, full truckload for $2,100. We picked up Wednesday. We dropped off Friday morning, and it was paid out by Friday afternoon because I got a boat, B-O-L-T. I paid that $25 to get that same day payout. Now, if I didn't pay that $25, I would have just had to wait for Monday for no $25 charge, and it would have been paid out Monday. But my guy was going on vacation, so I wanted to hit him with that same day payout. And by the time I dropped this video, he probably already hitting this one too. Let's move on to truck number three. All right, so truck number three, we did $3,400 in about 2.5 days. We had a 3-pick, 2 drop. So the first load was for $1,400. It was from New York to Alabama, which we picked up that first, and we also dropped off that load first. Then I picked up 2-pick, 1 drop going to Tennessee. We picked up in New York, then we picked up in PA, and then we dropped off in Tennessee. So I moved the $1,400 load in front of the $2,000 load since we picked that off first. We picked that up first, and the broker wanted that dropped off at a specific time. So I had to respect that, and we dropped that off first. So we dropped off in Alabama, and then we dropped off in Tennessee. We dropped off in Alabama on Thursday. So that load could have been paid out Thursday, but I didn't pay the extra $25. I just let it hit Friday. And then the $2,000 load, the second drop off, that dropped off Friday morning, and we were paid out for that load same day. We paid that $25, that B-O-L-T, to get that same day payment. And it's just like that. Let's move on to truck number four. Truck number four. Last but never the least, truck number four. My guys knew over the road, so I just wanted to make it easy for them. I'm not throwing a bunch of partials or crazy loads on them. So we just did a full truckload from Illinois to Rhode Island. He wanted to get back to Illinois because he got kids, so I got him a round trip back to Illinois for $3,900, $2 a mile flat. That load was dropped off Friday in Illinois in the morning. Then we got paid out for it by afternoon time. Again, we paid that $25, that boat fee, that B-O-L-T. And that's how we were paid out by the afternoon. That's how we did $11,150 in about 2 days. That was gross. Some of them loads we picked up Wednesday. Some of them loads we picked up Thursday. They all dropped Friday. Now look, y'all, $11,150, that was the gross. My net wasn't even half of that. I didn't even profit half of that. But the net was beautiful. I don't talk about my net because I don't want y'all thinking my net will be your net. Everybody's expenses are different. There's people that are making $11,000 with all their trucks, and they're only driving $1 a mile. So they ain't really profiting. But then all my trucks just did way over $2 a mile. We're profiting beautifully. Also, people pay their drivers differently. Some people have to pay truck notes. You know, when I first started, I had to pay rentals. I had to pay truck notes. So that's why I don't talk about my net. I just tell you the gross. And also what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tell you, so how much you could have made off that $3,400. The total mileage on it, I believe, was around 1,500 miles, I believe. So you could have made off that load, you know, your fuel would have been 800, probably like 7, 8, 6. It depends, $600 to $800 if you're getting that 10 to 12 miles.
per gallon in your box truck. You know, minus eight, we'll say 700 off that 3,400. That puts you at 2,700. You know, factoring will take off $100. 2,600. We'll say tolls 2,500. You might have had $5,200 of tolls coming out of New York. 2,500. You know, if you had a truck note, which is a monthly expense, insurance, that's a monthly expense. So I'm not going to count that in just one load. That's a monthly expense. You know, profit on that probably, you know, even with the driver, it could have been $2,000 for you. You know, your net. But then, you know, you got to pay taxes. But that's when you write off assets and stuff like that to lower your taxable income. I mean, you buy assets to lower your taxable income. And everything that you do business wise is a write-off. When you're eating on the road, when you know your drivers, like everything is a write-off. Literally the fuel, everything is a write-off. You could write everything off to lower your taxable income. So you know, you probably would have profited $2,000 to $2,500. Now, if you were the owner operator on this and you had a paid off truck, you would have profited probably like $2,600, $2,700. Now, if you got that rental and you got that, or you got that truck note, you might have profited closer to the $2,000 range. But either way, that's beautiful. That 1850 load, you would have profited probably around like 12 to 13 in a rental. If you own your truck, you probably would have profited closer to 15. The fuel on that was probably like 250 to 300. Fuel is very cheap down the Southeast. So off that 1850, you probably would have profited a great amount of money. There's not many tolls down in the Southeast. Off that $2,100 load. If you were the owner operator on this load, you probably would have profited around maybe like $1,400. You get what I'm saying? Like $1,400 after all your expenses. If you rent, probably closer to $1,200. You know what I'm saying? Because fuel, tolls, going over to New York, it's a little higher. But still, that's beautiful. That's just off one load. We're talking about a load that took 1 to 2 days to complete. You know, and on that last load that we did for 3,900, you could have profited probably around 2,600 to 2,700 if you own your truck. If you rent it, probably closer to 24. I'm probably closer to 2,000, probably 2 to 2,200. You know, because your fuel would have been on that 1,800 miles. Your fuel probably would have been around 800 to 1,000. You minus that off the 39, that puts you at like 2,900 to 3,100. So you probably would have profited like 2,800 if you owned your truck outright. If you rent, you know, that was half of your week right there on that trip. So we'll take off like 500-600 for the rental, because the other load would cover the other 500-600. You would have profited like 2,200. If you had a truck note, you would have profited closer to 2,500. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's expenses are different now. That's if you're an owner operator. If you have a driver, take another 20% off it. But still, the profit is beautiful. This is what I try to tell y'all. Trucking changed my life. It can change yours too, man. That's $11,150. Everything I do is non-CDL. Under 26,000 pounds. If I could do it, you could do it too. But I always tell y'all, it's not as easy as I make it look, man. This ain't no get rich quick scheme. But trucking did change my life. 3 years ago, I had an eviction notice. Now I'm sitting in this big office, my own office, in a very big house. And truth be told, I never thought I'd be here. If we go back 3 years ago, I knew I was eventually going to get here. But just in 3 years, just in 3 years, I'm here. With that being said, with hard work and consistency, dedicating yourself through the worst times, motivating yourself, getting up and go and making sure that you keep pushing every day. Sometimes you're going to have some sleepless nights. I'm also a father too. I'm doing this with kids. It's not easy, man. And it's not as easy as I make it look. But again, when you put that hard work in and you stay consistent and you take the advice from people like me and some of the other genuine influencers out there that's genuinely trying to help you out on this social media, and you apply everything that you're being told, you apply that knowledge and you invest in yourself and you put that work in, it's going to fall into place, y'all. Literally, I didn't think I'd be here 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I took a leap of faith. I got a loan, a high interest loan. I leveraged that whole loan to pay back my eviction notice, to pay a mentor, to start this trucking journey off in a rental. I couldn't afford a truck like most. I didn't have much money. So I started off in a rental. I leveraged a rental. I got my insurance. I got all my documents, and I never looked back. And also, I show y'all that on YouTube, how to start your trucking business the same way I did. how to avoid a lot of the bumps and bruises that I did. I also offer one-on-one mentorship where I teach you everything. I'm not here to sell you something, but it is good to have that person by your side because it will save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and help you profit easier. But again, it's not as easy as I make it look, but it can definitely be smoother with a mentor by your side. And again, we just did $11,150 gross in literally 2 to 3 days. All these loads picked up Wednesday, Thursday, and dropped off Friday. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, I'm ranting off. Now, a lot of people are like, Ant, how can I learn? Can you teach me? Well, look, I got a YouTube channel with a bunch of free information, Box Truck Ant. Just go on YouTube. I got a 3-hour video showing you how to start your business. I got eBooks on sale for $50. I'm not here to try to sell you something, but if you want to tap in with me directly, you got to invest. You got to invest in yourself. My time is valuable. You got to invest in yourself. Yes, I got mentorship open where I teach you everything one-on-one, and I got consultations where we can game plan. I always say get a consultation first because I want to give you the real. I want to game plan with you based on your situation. Everybody's situation is different, so I want to game plan with you before you invest a big amount of money. Before you go investing $5,000 to $7,000 and just jumping out there. The startup cost to start your non-CDL trucking company and a rental is usually around $5,000 to $7,000 on the high end if you got like a high insurance payment, a bad driving record. Everybody's situation different. Some people want to buy it. If you want to buy a truck, usually a truck down payment like $10,000 to $15,000. You got to put a percentage down for your truck. But look, y'all, like I said, non-CDL trucking changed my life. It's not going to happen overnight, but trucking can change your life if you want to learn common how. And that's really it, man. You just got to put that work in. You got to stay consistent. And I always tell y'all, man, y'all know my motto. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. Y'all see it on my arm. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. Hey, look, man, follow my new page too on Instagram, AntBNA, ANTBNA. I've been getting a lot of people reporting the Box Truck Ant page because I wasn't putting full disclaimers. So people be like hating, miserable, and they go saying like I'm lying, even though I'm showing proof. So now I got to put full disclaimers. So please follow my new page, ANTBNA. Repost my videos. We about to run this page up. That's only the beginning. We just hit 40K on TikTok too. Box Truck Ant. My YouTube channel, we just hit 6 to 7K. Box Truck Ant. I'm gonna keep giving you all these videos, man. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna keep going hard for y'all. Y'all giving me y'all time and y'all watching what I'm putting out, and it motivates me, and I'm gonna keep spending my time trying to put y'all on game and trying to change lives every day. And then I want y'all to share this because when you share this, you're potentially changing someone's life because you're recommending them to my channel that they never would have saw without your share. So, I appreciate you all. Keep sharing my page. Keep getting me out there because I'm one of the real ones that's actually in trucking. There's a lot of scammers out here. I'm one of the few real ones that's actually in this still to this day. Still trucking, still making it work. Yeah, I'm in the office because I'm running the business now. I ain't letting it run me. But look, man, I'm one of the few that's really in it, genuinely helping people out. And yeah, y'all, like I said, if you want to tap in with me, of course you got to invest. You got to value your time, man, because that's time that I could be spending with my kids. That's time that I could be working on my other businesses. It's time that I could be spending on with my family. Time that we're never going to get back, man. But like I said, man, you got to value yourself. But look, man, I'm out of here. Believe and achieve, and God bless. Thank you all, man.